I don't belong here. But what's the use in thinking that? I made my choice. This is the only life I got. Another morning. Same walls, same old furniture. I can't breathe in this place anymore.
Mathilde was one of those pretty, charming women on whom fate plays a cruel trick. She was born into a family of clerks. A woman without a dowry has no choices, so when a minor clerk from the Ministry of Education proposed, she simply let it happen. While her husband saw a warm home, Mathilde saw only poverty. She dreamed instead of silent hallways draped in oriental tapestries, of candlelit rooms and beautiful things.
Ah, the soup. Honestly, I don't think anything could be better than this.
While her husband ate, Mathilde stared at nothing, lost in another world. She saw herself dining on silver plates, eating pink trout, whispering secrets to famous men. Then one evening, Loisel came home with news. He could barely contain himself.
Mathilde! Look what came for us today, and you won't believe it!
What's that?
We've been invited to the minister's ball. Can you believe it? Everyone will be there.
For just a moment, Mathilde's eyes brightened. A ball, rich people, a chance to be seen. Then she looked down at herself. Her plain dress, her bare arms, and the hope vanished.
And what exactly am I supposed to wear to something like that?
Wear the gown you wear to the theater. It's lovely.
Mathilde's lip began to tremble. Before she could stop them, 2 large tears spilled from her eyes and ran down her cheeks.
Sweetheart, talk to me. What is it?
What's the point? I will just embarrass you there. I have no proper dress.
Please don't cry. Just tell me, how much would a new gown cost? Something simple that you could wear again?
I think perhaps about 400 francs.
Loisel went pale. He had been saving that exact amount to buy a gun for a Sunday hunting trip with friends.
400. All right. We'll manage somehow. Just make it a pretty one.
The weeks passed, and finally the dress arrived. Mathilde unfolded it carefully with her trembling hands. When she tried it on, her breath caught. For a moment, looking in the mirror, she forgot she was poor. For a few days, she was happy. But as the ball drew closer, the doubts began to creep in. The dress was beautiful, but standing there, she realized it wasn't enough. She still felt incomplete.
Mathilde? What's wrong? I thought you were happy with the dress.
The dress is beautiful, but I have no jewels, no ornaments. I'll stand there like a pauper next to women covered in diamonds.
What about flowers? A few fresh roses would look lovely.
Flowers? No, I will look ugly and poor.
Wait, what about your friend, Madame Forestier? She has everything. She'd lend you something, wouldn't she?
Jeanne! Yes, I completely forgot about her.
The next morning, Mathilde hurried to her friend's house, clinging to this one last hope.
Mathilde, what a lovely surprise. Come in.
Jeanne, forgive me for arriving unannounced. I need to ask you a small favor.
Of course. Whatever you need. Now tell me, what's this about?
Actually, we've been invited to the ministerial ball. It's only a few days away. But I have no jewels to wear, not a single piece. Jean, do you have anything I could borrow just for the night?
Of course I have something. Wait right there. I'll get everything.
Jeanne came back carrying a large black jewel box. She set it on the table and slowly lifted the lid.
Here we are. Take whatever you like. And don't be shy.
Mathilde looked at bracelets, a pearl necklace, a gold cross, but none of them pleased her. She kept looking.
They're beautiful, really. But I was hoping for something more.
There's more. Look through everything, take your time.
Then Mathilde opened a black satin box. Inside lay a superb diamond necklace, and her heart began to pound.
Oh, Jeanne, it's perfect. Will you lend me this one?
Of course. Take it. You'll look beautiful.
Oh, Jeanne, they're perfect. Thank you so much.
Moments later, she hurried out into the street with the diamond necklace clutched tightly in her hands. At last, the night of the ball arrived. When Mathilde walked into the ministry, heads turned, men stared, whispers followed her across the room. That night she was a triumph. She was the most beautiful woman in the room. Mathilde danced all night, never once stopping to rest. Tatches lined up for a waltz, and even the minister paused to admire her. Mathilde was lost in the magic of it all, the music, the admiration, the feeling of finally mattering. But the music couldn't last forever. As the clock struck 4, Mathilde knew it was time to go.
Loisel, please wake up, it's time to go.
What time is it?
It's after 4. The ball is over. Let's go home.
Loisel finally woke and wrapped her in a plain, ordinary shawl he'd brought. Mathilde watched other women drape themselves in rich furs while she clutched her cheek shawl and felt her face burn with shame. She grabbed Loisel's arm and hurried outside, desperate to leave before anyone noticed her.
Stay here. I'll find us a cab. You're freezing.
Loisel walked across the block. but there were no carriages waiting outside the ministry at that hour. They spotted a few cabs in the distance and called out, hoping one would stop. No one did. So they started walking toward the river, still looking, still hoping, the cold settling deeper with every step. Finally, near the river, they found an old night cab in the shadows. It was shabby, but the driver agreed to take them. They climbed into the worn carriage and sat in silence. The cab rattled through the empty streets of Paris, taking them further from the ball and closer to home. The cab stopped outside their building on the Rue des Martyrs. Loisel paid the driver while Mathilde stepped out, exhausted. They climbed the narrow stairs to their flat and went inside. While Loisel began getting ready for bed, Mathilde stood before the mirror. She wanted one last look at herself in the gown.
Oh no, the necklace. Where is it? I can't find it.
What?
The necklace, Jean's necklace. It's gone.
Gone? That's impossible.
I've looked. It's not here. It's gone.
You had it when we left the ball.
Yes, in the vestibule. I felt it there.
Then it must be in the cat. Did you notice the number?
The number? No. I didn't think to look. Did you?
No. I was almost half asleep.
They looked at each other in horror, both pale, both silent, both knowing their lives would never be the same.
Stay here, don't worry. I will walk the whole way from the ministry to here. I'll find it.
Loisel left. Mathilde sat by the cold fireplace, still in her ball gown, waiting in silence. At 7 in the morning, he came back. His face was pale. He had found nothing.
I tried everything. Police, newspapers, every cab office in the city. No one knows anything.
For a week, they waited in despair. They prayed for a message, a discovery, a miracle. But nothing arrived. Finally, their hope died. The necklace was gone, and they had to face the truth.
There's no other way. We have to replace it.
They took the box to the jeweler whose name was inside. He examined it, then shook his head.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I sold you the box, but the necklace wasn't mine. I don't know where it came from.
For days, they trudged from shop to shop, along with the box, looking for a match. Most turned them away. Finally, at the Palais Royal, they found a diamond necklace which looked nearly identical to the one they lost.
36,000 francs. That's what they're asking.
36,000. We don't have that kind of money.
I do have 18 what my father left me. I'll borrow the rest.
Borrow the money. But from whom?
Anyone, everyone. I don't know yet. But we have no choice.
Mathilde looks at the diamonds, then at her husband. She knows what this will cost them. Slowly, she nods her consent.
Then do it. We'll pay it back somehow.
He signed promissory notes, ruinous contracts, deals with usurers. He mortgaged years of his life, his future, everything. With the borrowed money, they bought the replacement necklace. She walked to Jean's house with the box in her hands, sick with fear that she might open it. Jeanne took the box without a word and set it aside. Mathilde watched her hands, waiting for the lid to open.
Oh, good. I was starting to think you'd forgotten about me.
Thank you, Jeanne.
Mathilde trembled with relief. Jean hadn't noticed the switch. The immediate danger had passed. But the real nightmare was only beginning. To pay their debt, they dismissed their servant and moved to a garret. She learned the heavy work of a kitchen, washing dishes, scrubbing greasy pots until her hands were red and raw. At the market, she bargained with the grocer and the butcher, defending every sou as if her life depended on it.
I'll be late tonight. Professor wants 50 pages copied, and he's paying 5 sous each.
Another night. Go. I'll have soup ready. It's not like we have a choice anymore.
For 10 long years, this was their life. Work, debt, and endless sacrifice. Sometimes Mathilde would sit by the window and think of that night long ago.
That night at the ball, all those people, all that admiration, if only I hadn't lost it, everything would be different.
Finally, they had paid everything, every franc, every sou, every last penny of usury and compound interest. One Sunday in the Champ Park, Mathilde saw a familiar woman, Jean Forestier, still young and beautiful, untouched by time. Mathilde hesitated for a moment, then gathered her courage and walked toward her old friend.
Jean? It's so good to see you.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but do I know you?
It's me, Mathilde Loisel.
Mathilde? Oh, my dear, you've changed so much.
Yes, life has been hard, so hard, and it's your fault.
My fault? What do you mean, I don't understand?
Do you remember the diamond necklace you lent me? For the ball, all those years ago?
Of course.
I lost it. That night after the ball. It was gone.
Lost it? But you brought it back. I remember you returned it yourself.
I brought you back another one, exactly like it. It took us 10 years to pay for it.
You bought a diamond necklace? To replace mine?
You never noticed, did you? They looked exactly the same.
Oh, my poor Mathilde, my necklace was fake. Worth maybe 500 francs.
And there, in the middle of the park, Mathilde Loisel stood frozen 10 years of suffering destroyed by a single sentence. The beautiful dream that had ruined her life was never even real.